All right, yo, what's up? Welcome to another edition, Arch Rivals. Your boy Corey Parson, my man Blaze Double R. Thank everybody that has been subscribing so far. And if you're watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Me and Blaze come at you a couple times a week. I talk plenty of shit, dominate him, you know what I'm saying, in the sports debate territory. And then when we get to football season and his commanders start losing, forget about it.
Bro. Chill with the name, bro. Chill with the name. We're not gonna start losing, man. You know what? I'm just gonna let you talk, man. You know, because typical Cowboy fan. Still on
what?
cloud nine from the year before, and y'all, man, whatever, man. I'm just gonna let everything play out.
We'll see. That's right. We'll let it play out. The games will be starting shortly. Earlier this week, we talked about and made our picks in the NFC. Today, we start in the AFC. But before we get into that, a couple trending topics I want to hit on. I want to discuss the situation with your boy, your man, Michael Jordan, his son, Marcus Jordan, and his old lady. You know what I'm saying? Hop into that.
Get your old lady, on that, exactly.
And get your thoughts on that. And this week, I guess really the biggest story of the sports week this week, the combination that we figured was coming. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The duo of Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith will be teaming up on Mondays and Tuesdays on ESPN's First Take. So now First Take adds Shannon Sharpe, not as an ESPN employee, but as a guy getting paid appearances on Mondays and Tuesdays. So the best debate show on ESPN now?
I mean, I believe it was before they signed him. Well, not signed him, before they asked him to come aboard. It was the best one. I think like maybe about 18 months ago, remember I called you? I was like, bro, do you ever watch Undisputed, man? I'm digging this. Because I had never got into it. So, I'm watching. I watched it for about 2 weeks every morning. I just kind of left Stephen A. I left First Take alone for a minute. You remember that. Only because I just felt like Stephen A. Smith always had personal agendas, like with certain players. And like, he would just be a little bit too hard. That whole thing with Kyrie, I had to tune him out. Not just because I'm a Kyrie fan. I just thought it was overkill. But anyway, after about 2 weeks of Undisputed, I was like, whoa, wait. It's the same storylines every morning. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I actually watched your podcast the other day when you were talking about Skip. I'm with you 100%. I like Skip.
Yeah.
It don't bother me because I know what he's doing.
Exactly.
I don't know why people take him so seriously all the time, man. Like Skip is good, I think now, later on, during his old, I mean, he's starting to get a little washed up. But like you alluded to, man, Skip was the man at one time. He was a very good writer. You know what I'm saying? He covered the Cowboys, and he knows a lot of people. As far as Shannon coming to ESPN, I mean, it was basically the inevitable. We knew. It's going to be interesting to see. I still wish they kept. I still wish Michael Irvin was on Mondays. Shannon won't top that. Shannon won't top that. That was the best. I mean, he and Stephen A's chemistry was like A1. And like the good thing with Michael is he's not sensitive. Like like if you're able to laugh at yourself, then you're doing good things, and that's why I loved his chemistry with Stephen A. Like I said, we'll see. My plea to Shannon Sharpe is anybody that's watching this and maybe they know him. My personal plea is please don't start the LeBron chatter until basketball season starts. We sure would appreciate that, bro. That's why I had to tune you out, man. I did. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna watch. I think we're all gonna watch just to see, so yeah.
No, I think it'll be good. But listen, see, here my thing with this, like people think that Shannon got mad at Skip and he just up and left, right? Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like I don't think Fox had a problem seeing him go. He had that situation, you know what I mean? He had that situation at the Crypto.com arena when he was on the court agitating a team. Then the Memphis Grizzlies, you know what I'm saying, and family members, and then he gets walked right back into the arena. Any other fan would have get put out. You see guys like Westbrook and Kyrie Irving get fans put out for no reason. He coming back there and sit down, you know what I'm saying? So I've never really been the biggest Shannon Sharpe guy. Like I think he do it for clout. I think he's a clout chaser.
Oh, absolutely, definitely clout chaser.
his sports debate talk, his sports debate stuff is good. I'm a LeBron James guy, not to the level where he is, but I would take his side on that debate. But to me, him as a personality is kind of like, all right, whatever, son. You know what I mean? A little bit over
Yeah,
the top.
bro. Yeah, bro. He's definitely a clout chaser. Definitely chase clout.
100%.
And like you and I talked off air, I'm saying to myself, this dude's a Hall of Fame, and it's Shannon Sharpe. Like,
Yeah.
why are you clout chasing? But hey, man, sometimes you just never know, man. Like I said, one thing we know about him, the lights are not too bright for him,
No.
on and off the court. So I don't. Who knows?
I
I
don't
don't
see
know.
him as a New York guy though. So so he
Nah.
probably get in town Sunday night, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something, Tuesday morning, he gonna be on the first thing smoking back to the West Coast. Because he's not a New York guy, because you come up to Madison Square Garden and try that celebrity shit in Madison Square Garden on a Monday night, you know what I'm saying? They'll run your
Right.
ass up out of there.
Well, I mean, when he was on NFL Network, he was he
Oh,
streaming from
the CBS
California?
show. The CBS
Yeah,
show, NFL Today. No, that show is done
right,
in New York. You're right. That show's done
right,
in New York. But that's
right.
one
And he
thing
was
when he
also, and remember, he and Dion did something every Sunday night on NFL Network for a little while.
okay.
Like after the games, after the
So
games,
yeah.
they would recap and talk about. I mean, it didn't last long, but yeah, I remember that. So,
Yeah, but
like
I
I
can
said,
never
man.
see him moving to New York.
Oh no, not him, not him. Too country, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah,
He
that's
like
right.
that West
Downright
Coast.
country boy.
Yeah. He like that West Coast. He can put on his tank tops and
Absolutely,
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
And his little too
absolutely,
tight shirts. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
let me. I didn't. Like, what about Skip? Rachel Nichols, Lil Wayne. Who else? Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman.
Anybody stick out in that crew? And possibly Michael Irvin.
Well, the thing with Richard Sherman there just goes to show you, boy, money talks and bullshit walks. Because you remember he and Skip. Remember when he and Skip went back and forth on
No
ESPN,
doubt.
and
Hmm.
and I felt like with Richard, it was definitely personal. You know what I'm saying? But what 8 to 10 years? I mean, 8 to 10 years later, they put that bag in front of Richard's face. It's like, yeah, no problem. I don't have no problems with Skip. Just sign
Yeah.
the check and make sure my last name's spelled right. Sherman. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Listen.
That should be a good
Everybody.
debate. I'm not feeling the Lil Wayne thing. I mean, whatever, man. Like I said, man, you and I been doing this too long. I mean, it
I
may
hear
be
you.
good. I'm definitely going to give it a chance. To see. But I ain't really feeling that Lil Wayne thing. I mean, because he and Skip are like friends. Like, they go over each other's house. They break
Yeah.
bread together and so forth. So, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it won't be as authentic as it will with Richard and Skip. You see what I'm saying? Like, Richard probably can't wait. Hey, no
He'll
cut
come at him.
cards.
Sherman wasn't good on Amazon to me last year,
I
though, to
know
be
at
honest
all,
with you.
at
He
all. He
wasn't good on
wasn't. He
Amazon
wasn't.
last year. He made a lot of
No.
mistakes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talking about players that was injured, that wasn't playing. And I was like, this guy's not that good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the
But,
producer's gonna go for that.
yeah, exactly. Um, with Wayne, I seen him on the pivot recently, right? And I thought he did good. He was like sober, he wasn't leaned out, you know what I'm saying? He's
Well, yeah,
smart.
no, he can't
He's
do that.
he's a smart sports fan, but how much do you think the success that Cam and Mace is having kind of led Skip to be like, you know what, let
That's
me
a
put
great
Lil Wayne
point.
on the show?
That's a great point. That's a great point. Look, I'm actually a fan of Cam and Mace.
That shit is
I don't
crazy.
understand why they haven't been. Listen, man, I don't understand why they haven't been picked up by somebody, man. Cam is good, man. Cam
Yeah,
is good. He is hilarious, bro, and he knows sports.
he
You know
does.
what I'm
You know
saying?
what I
It's
mean?
not like he don't know sports. I just like their style. You know what I'm saying? I'm super surprised that nobody has picked them up yet. So, but yeah, that's a great point. Well, everything is copycat. That's just like what Undisputed is getting ready to do now. I mean,
Yeah,
they're pretty much doing the
Skip
same
and
thing that
friends.
that
Yeah,
First Take has been doing since Max Kellerman left. So, I mean, everything is copycat. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna give Wayne a chance. We'll see. Rachel Nichols, that should probably be good. Smart girl, been around for a long time. She definitely knows her shit. So
she came from
yeah,
DC. Did she work in DC? Rachel Nichols?
worked for
That's right.
She wrote for the Washington Post.
Mm-hmm.
She worked for the Washington Post. Hmm.
Cool. So yeah, she has been around for a while. I'm a Rachel Nichols
Hmm.
supporter. Um,
Hmm.
Before we get to these picks, right? Your man, your man's son, your man Marcus Jordan.
This dude, man.
I can't knock the
Pimping.
young man. You know what I'm
Pimping.
saying?
Young
I can't
pimping.
knock the young man. But right now he's taking down Larsa Pippen, 50-year-old former ex-wife of
48
Chicago
years
Bull,
old, bro. Come on, bro.
Chicago
Stop adding
Bull,
years, man. Stop adding
Chicago.
years. 48.
She just had a birthday not too long ago, right? She turned 48 or she turned 49.
48.
48
She's 16 years. She's 16 years older than him.
Okay, that's not terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But
not in this day and age.
no, it's not terrible. But the fact is Scottie Pippen's ex-wife dating Michael Jordan's son. Son, that's wild. You know what I mean? And I'm like, to me, Shorty is definitely a clout chaser.
Oh,
I look at
she
Jordan's
for the
son,
streets.
yeah, she's 100%, son.
She for the streets.
100%.
Absolutely.
She is the street show. You know what I mean? She is the streets. Like, she's like definition. You know what I'm saying? Like, she find any way that she can find a way to be in the public discourse. She is going to find a way to have motherfuckers talking about her. You know what I mean?
And that's unfortunate, man, especially for her kids. That could be traumatizing. She got a son, Scottie Jr., that's in the league. That's just one big mess, to be honest, man. And then like the Lakers go trade for Malik Beasley, who, and you got Scottie Pippen Jr. on the bench of the Lakers, and Malik Beasley used to sleep with his mom. That's crazy. It's just like one big mess, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I sure would like to know the timeline of when Marcus, and Larsa start officially dating or whatever. I mean, I think it definitely probably wasn't right after the Last Dance. Well, Last Dance was what, 18 months ago?
Yeah, so about
2020. It's been that long? Wow, yeah, you're right. Almost 3 years.
Last Dance was 3 years ago.
Wow. It seemed like I just watched it yesterday.
I would, yeah. You Michael, you know how you and Michael,
Nah, but I ain't walking them.
Stuck in your brain. You got too much Michael Jordan in your brain.
Nah, bro, I'm not walking them to the bathroom. I'm not walking them to the bathroom like the stands do LeBron, bro. I mean, listen, man. You know what I'm not getting in no fights over Mike. I'm not doing none of that, bro. Trust me. You know that. I mean, I talk trash, but I'm not fighting about Mike.
Been no fighting over Mike?
Man, I was younger, man. And we talking about 15 years ago, bro. I'm a grown ass man now, man. Listen, for what it's worth, I ain't trying to be funny. When it come down to LeBron and Mike, and if I feel like I gotta, like, somebody cross the line, man, forget both of them, the gloves off. Don't cross no lines when it comes to that. But it seems like that's what we are when you go to all these different blogs now. Man, them LeBron fans, they talk about your mama. They'll ask for your address if you say he not the GOAT. They trying to come kidnap you. They trying to do all that, bro. Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Stephen A. said about Rich Paul.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, that's so disrespectful."
Not a Rich Paul. I'm not a Rich Paul guy at all. Clout chaser. Clout chaser. Clout chase. He want to be so. Listen, bro. Stop trying so hard to be so important. You the man right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, of course the stand's going to call me a hater, but I'm not hating on what he, as far as his business and how he conducts his business. Hey, get the bag. You know what I'm saying? You the man right now. You're the Black David Falk right now. You understand what I'm saying? So, but yeah, bro, he be clout chasing too much. How can we disrespect LeBron? Man, how can you disrespect Mike? You saw that video I sent you the other day. That video was on point. LeBron James, the only player in history that we celebrate that he's been to 10 finals. And all because of who? Nick Wright and Shannon Sharpe. Oh, LeBron's been to 10 finals. He's been to 10. Yeah, but nigga, how many did he win? I ain't going to get off topic because we're going to save this.
Win against the Golden State Warrior dynasty, you know what I'm saying? In Cleveland, in the beginning in Cleveland, he was taking teams to the finals with Anderson Varejao. You know what I mean?
He took one team, and there's no teams to the final. They went once with Anderson Varejao. The loss
to the Mavericks, the loss to the Spurs weren't good losses.
Lost to Spurs twice. He lost to the Spurs twice. Yeah, but my point is this, and don't play dumb on me now, because I'll get you. What player in sports history? Forget the NBA. Sports history. Wayne Gretzky, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, all these whoever, Dirk Jeter, whoever. What athlete in sports history gets this many passes for losing championship? Just now, I'm going to sit here and wait for you to answer that, and I got time. Tell me, I'm waiting.
No, you gotta win. You gotta win. You gotta be a winner. You gotta be a champion.
That's crazy. Like that was that right there because you remember, man. Like I was kind of rooting for LeBron, like when he first came in the league. But man, once I started hearing, like when he lost that first championship, and oh man, he took a bunch of bombs, man. Man, that championship probably that championship don't really count. What do you mean?
18 years old. He was like,
What do you mean he doesn't? But why doesn't it count?
No, it 100% counts. It's on the record. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
loss. It's a loss, bro. It's a loss. Karl Malone never. Okay, let me go ahead. All I keep hearing is how much better Golden State was with them when they got KD. Okay, well, when Karl Malone lost, I didn't hear anybody say he lost to Mike because the deck was stacked. When Charles Barkley lost, I didn't hear anybody making excuses for him. He's a superstar. That Portland team that the Bulls beat for the second championship, that was an experienced team that already had been to the finals twice. Although they lost to two great teams, Boston and Detroit, in the late 80s. But when they played Mike, when they played the Bulls in 92 for that second championship, like they were experienced. They just weren't better. But you didn't hear people say, "Oh man, Mike Nell was just better, man." And no excuses were made for any of these teams that have lost championships. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. We didn't start hearing it now. Maybe this is just a new generation of fans, a new generation of sports. Hey, I'm getting older, so I got to accept the fact that the youngins, run the show when it comes to the blogs, and the forums, and all these different debates. I'm an old head, but you know me, I'm gonna stick to my guns. But I don't give a shit about going to 10. Who cares? Who cares? You went to 10. Who cares? You lost more than 50% of them. So I'm just saying, don't get me started.
All right, we're not going to get you started with the 10 championships. Let's find out who is going to join the Dallas Cowboys in the championship this year.
You mean the Eagles?
From the AFC. Let's get ready to turn the page, hop into some of these picks. Let me see where you're going wrong at. Let's start in the AFC East. I will go first. Tough division, one of the tougher divisions in football. Got a Hall of Fame head coach. You got Tyreek Hill, right? You got Aaron Rodgers. You got that Jets defense that look like they're ready to eat too. And you got the team that's won the division the past couple years in the Buffalo Bills. I am going to fade the Bills, and I am going to go with the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers to be the AFC East champions this year.
Mm-hmm. That's who you had? Oh, I thought you were going to go through the whole I thought you were going to go through your whole AFC. Well, I definitely got the Jets. I definitely have the Jets. I don't have them as the number 1 seed, but I do have them winning that division.
All right, let's go AFC South. Last year, division won by who won the AFC South last year? Oh, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville comes in as a minus 150 favorite to win the division again this year. I would never lay $1.50 with the Jaguars, but they are the best team in the South. I think they win the division.
Oh, you already know how I feel about Dougie P. He's my coach of the year.
That's your man. That's your man.
Yeah, that's my guy. I think he's a hell of a coach. I definitely like Jacksonville. Lock it up.
All right. The West, Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes run the West. I'm Kansas City Chiefs in the West.
Same
Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
No doubt about it. Kansas City Chiefs.
Man.
All right. So far, so good. We're going right down the road right here. Now we get to the AFC North. Bengals won the division each of the last 2 years. Took themselves all the way to the AFC Championship game. MVP front runner Joe Burrow is the quarterback. I am going with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to win the AFC North. I guess that's the same way you're going too.
Did you read my notes?
No, I didn't read your notes.
You must have got to look at my notes, man. How in the world do you and I agree? Wow. Yeah, well, it's definitely Baltimore for me. It's
You
definitely ball.
you finally smartening up. All right, so
Wow, this guy, man. It's definitely Baltimore for me.
all right, so the Chiefs get the bye.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely, absolutely.
The 2 seed is the Ravens.
Yep, that's what I got.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got the Jets as the 2 seed.
All right, you got the Jets as the 2 seed.
I'm
May
on the
just
wagon.
change the location of the game. That's all it is. Uh, Jacksonville is the 3. I got Jacksonville as the no. I got excuse me. I got the Jets as the 3,
3 and Jacksonville is 4.
and Jacksonville is the 4.
Right. You and I on the same page. We just flipped Baltimore and New York.
So you got Ravens and then Jags right here. All right, wild cards for me. I am going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Mm.
the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Chargers. I picked the Chargers because they have a easier schedule than the Patriots. And who else? They got an easier schedule than the Patriots and the Raiders. 2 teams I think could just be on the outside. So that's where I'm at my 3 AFC wildcard teams.
I believe the AFC East will repeat. Will repeat what the NFC East did last year. I'm taking 3 teams out of the AFC East. So my wild card teams are Cincinnati, Buffalo, and Miami. I believe in Tyreek here. I believe in their defense too. Miami's defense is gonna shock a lot of people this year.
That's going to be interesting. All right, 7 versus 2. I got Ravens taking care of the Chargers. That'll be your man Staley's last game as a Charger head coach. Hopefully they don't promote Kellen Moore because then they'll be firing another head coach. So my 2 versus 7, I got the Ravens advancing to the conference, and then in my 3 versus 6, I got Pittsburgh and the Jets. Yes, my 3 versus 6, I got Pittsburgh and the Jets in my 3 versus 6. I think the Jets get rid of Pittsburgh. Good season. Jets go on to the Final Four. And then 4 versus 5, Bengals versus Jags. I got the Bengals taking care of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sets up Bengals Chiefs again. Ravens Jets. And then what you got? So you got Ravens Jets, but you okay, go ahead. Let me hear him first.
I got Jets versus Miami in the first round. Ready for this? Miami beats the Jets.
All right, you got
Miami beats the Jets. Write it down. Miami beats the Jets.
You're not worried about Tua?
Yeah, I mean, of course I am, but I mean, like I said, I'm worried about a lot of players. But I mean, we got to do these picks, man. You know how NFL is. It's the hardest sport to predict as far as preseason predictions. I think Miami gets it done. Obviously it'll be the 3rd time they play for the year. I'm going B more over Buffalo. I'm going Cincy over Jacksonville. And for the AFC divisional round, ready for this?
Yeah.
KC will not repeat this year. Miami, Tyreek Hill with a lot to prove against his old team. Get it done. Tyreek Hill and Tua Tagovailoa.
Hey, you should put something on Tua for MVP then.
Huh?
You should put something on Tua for MVP.
No. What's his name's already my MVP.
Okay,
I like Jalen Hurts. But no, I mean, it make good sense. Yeah, maybe $10-$20. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, something small dollar making.
Absolutely. B more, and then B more versus Cincy.
3rd matchup.
B more will beat them. They'll play Miami in the AFC Championship game. I got B more.
Rematch of that game from last year.
Yes, sir.
Miami came back in week 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got B more versus Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. 2nd straight year, 2 African American quarterbacks play against each other for the 2nd straight year in the NFL Super Bowl. Let's get it.
And my AFC, I have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting and losing to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals go into KC and win again. So neither one of us have the Bengals in the AFC Championship. I think the Jets and the Ravens will probably play the game.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I got B more Miami. You're right.
And I think the Jets and the Ravens are probably in the divisional round. will probably play a legendary divisional round game. Give me Lamar Jackson for the win. And then Cincinnati and Baltimore round 3 is going to be classic AFC North battle. Baltimore Ravens versus Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, the biggest Super Bowl ever, will feature the biggest team in sports and entertainment.
Let me see. Write this down.
You can write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
You said Dallas versus
Baltimore in the Super Bowl.
More. Well,
for all of the marbles.
Again, second straight year, 2 African American quarterbacks going at it. So I'll take it. But
you know what I'm saying?
Dallas, it ain't happening, bro. You know what? You know when Dallas will finally go to the Super Bowl? Can I tell you when?
Nobody expects them to win.
When y'all stop screaming at trash every summer, bro. Like, it's just every summer. This the year, this the year, this the year. Man, y'all been saying that since when y'all signed Tank Williams and Pac-Man Jones, bro.
I never said that with that team.
No, not you. I didn't know you at that time. But that's all I heard. I remember when y'all signed. I remember when they signed Pac-Man. They was like, oh, he's the missing piece. That's all we needed was him. No. Tank Johnson, same thing. No. It never works out for you that way. It never works out.
That team was an 8-8 team. Mm-hmm. That team wasn't good. That team was not put together well. Mm-mm. It happened. Wait a minute, Albert Hainsworth, don't do that.
I didn't ask for him. I hated him. I hated him.
Deion Sanders. Look at how many post-state prime, washed up, banana in the tailpipe ass teams y'all done put out there. True. Charging people to come to that bum ass stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, he in his feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all hear this? Ooh. Man, I can't wait.
Bum ass stadium to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, ladies and gentlemen, y'all.
The team off the field in the home stadium Sunday after Sunday.
Look at his face.
You want to talk about America's team?
Yeah, they haven't sniffed the NFC Championship game since the last time they went to the Super Bowl. Why not?
Yeah.
And every year is something with y'all, man. But like I said, and I still have you down on my paper, 13-4, 14-3. It's on. All this is on the same paper, bro. Dallas versus BMO in the Super Bowl. You said Dallas will go either 13-4 or 14-3. Do not text me when it starts to get tight and be like, yo, Sean, man, I might need to retract on that, son. I'm not trying to hear that.
Dak throwing interceptions. Dak can ruin the whole joint.
Well, that's what you need to say when you made your prediction, but you didn't.
You know I'm not a Prescott guy, but Dak can ruin the whole joint. You know what I'm saying?
Dakota. It's your man, son. That's your man. Son. Yo, son, I seen Zeke, man. I saw Zeke run out on the practice field in New England yesterday. Oh, come on. Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, listen. I'm still gonna stick with Zeke, man. I'm sticking with Zeke. I'm telling you, man. I think Zeke gonna have a decent year. I do, man.
You know, if I could find a book that would have odds on Zeke to lead the league in rushing touchdowns, I would bet that. Because he's excellent inside the 10.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
He's excellent inside the 10. And
he took a lot of money out of Tony Pollard's pocket.
We've seen guys like LeGarrette Blount, you know what I'm saying, go to New England, lead the league in rushing touchdowns, passes prime and stuff like that. So it could be a thing. If you find a book that got that, let me know. And a little how you doing, you know what I'm saying? Yo, but for my man Blaze, it's Corey Parson. You already know. Thanks to every single subscriber for your support.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure you continue to do the right thing. Subscribe, hit that like button, the bell for the notification. For Blaze, we are out.
Appreciate you.